Welcome, Spit Bucketeers. It is not Christmas, it is not my birthday, but it is the next most important day of the year, and it is International Grenache Day on Friday. Friday coming up, which is the day you're watching this, with your curious thing of time and filming and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, I'm joined by Karina Wright from Oliver's Taranga in McLaren Vale, and a fantastic lineup of 6 McLaren Vale Grenache-based wines, which all fall under the label of cadenza. Tell us, what does cadenza mean?
Cadenza means when you're in an orchestral piece, there's a improvisation, a flurry and improvisation. And I suppose what we're doing with Grenache in McLaren Vale with the cadenza group is we're, improvising with Grenache. We're giving a whole pile of different winemakers Grenache, and we're seeing how we express it individually and coming together as a group.
And when did this group come together?
Came together quite a few years ago now. I think it's around to sort of 2003, and so we've been around in all sorts of guises, I suppose, for a long time. But really, more than anything, it's just an excuse for McLaren Vale Grenache producers to get together and, There's
nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, exactly. Share Grenache with the world.
So if you see a label with cadenza on it, there's 6 wineries involved, that means it is one of these special wines.
Yes.
Now, why is Australian Grenache special? And is McLaren Vale the place, or is it the Barossa?
Well, there's going to be a challenge, Barossa versus McLaren Vale, coming up, so we'll see who wins that one. But McLaren Vale has some really great old vine, as does the Barossa, and that's really the key with Grenache. Grenache is quite a tricky variety to grow. It really needs a lot of tender loving care in the vineyard, and it's best when it comes from old vines, particularly bush vines. It's got big berries, big bunches. Being closer to the ground enables it, the whole bunch to ripen. Yep. So, we're so lucky to have these old vines in McLaren Vale and the Barossa. There's none of the vines this age, in the rest of the world. So, yeah.
For sure. Yeah. And if you were to describe McLaren Vale Grenache in 5 words,
oh, Lord.
5 characters about the grape.
Spice.
Yeah.
Medium-bodied.
Yeah.
Earthy.
Yeah.
Great texture, and that's going to be my last one.
Anything about the fruit?
Yeah. Bright fruit, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. That was a little insight into McLaren Vale Grenache. On that note, why not try some?
Why not?
So we'll start with the 2009 Grenache from your place.
Yep.
2009?
2009, it was good. Quite a good year, very low cropping year. So we actually had a heat wave quite early in the piece, so before all of the berries were formed, and we ended up losing quite a bit of crop. But that works relatively well for Grenache. Yep. It's often not shy on cropping. So what we're trying to do with our style, I suppose, is really work in that sort of more medium-bodied, earthy spice type of character, not looking for any of that sort of confection sometimes you can get, or the portiness, or that sort of thing.
And that's what I see in the wine. I definitely see that spice. I definitely see some of that earthiness. I do see quite bright fruit, not confected, but a kind of cherry, a red fruit character rather than a dark fruit.
Exactly.
Which is what bright Grenache should have, like not dead and dark tired and alcoholic, but it's quite lively. Look, you're preaching to the converted here. I love Grenache. I'm sorry I have to put that out there. I know I say that about everything we do, but I really do love Grenache. So that's looking great.
Cool.
Really like that one. And as you said, medium-bodied, so it's not going to tire you out. You can have a second glass of that one quite happily.
Yep.
Okay. The other one we're trying tonight is Yangara, which is a blend, I believe.
It is, yeah. It's a Grenache Shiraz Mourvedre blend.
Yeah. And that's quite a classic pairing of varieties, isn't it?
It is. GSM sort of blend, yeah. With cadenza, basically the main rules are, obviously it has to be from McLaren Vale, but it also has to be majority Grenache. So you can blend away to your heart's content. Yangara's in a bit cooler region of McLaren Vale compared to us. Mm-hmm. On some really deep sands, really fabulous geology these guys are working with. So, and old vines, yeah.
Okay. And when you say old vines, how old do you mean roughly?
Really old. They've got some really old vines. I'm not sure whether this one in particular, the real, but they've got some over 100-year-old vines. So.
Right. Wow. That's even older than Ken, I think, isn't it? Anyway,
no, it's not.
Back to the wines. This, I see a little bit more of that black fruit character,
yeah,
which might be from the Shiraz or the Mourvedre.
Yep. I think so.
But still, it's got the texture, it's got the nice spicy blend there. You can see the different parts, the different grapes doing their thing. And Grenache is a great blending grape, isn't it, really? So a couple of very quick looks at those grapes, those wines, sorry. The other 4 you'll find already reviewed on the website. So Swig will link those up for you at the bottom of the video. So have a look at those. But some great producers, obviously. Darrenberg you'll probably know very well. Samuel's Gorge is making some sensational wines down there. Great Tempranillo as well. And Dogridge and Maximus are wineries that I don't know quite as well. I know the names, but I've not tried these wines before, so I'm hopefully going to be walking home with those later tonight. Or at least getting a taste before we leave. So basically, Australian Grenache is really, really pretty.
World class.
World class, as Karina would have to say. But I would agree. And has just a great history behind it as well in terms of the age of the vines, which is just spectacular. Nowhere else in the world really can boast vines like that. So make sure you crack open some Grenache on Friday. Today, International Grenache Day. There's plenty of these will be available around and about.
Definitely, and there's lots of bits of events going on, and you know, there'll be you can find us on our websites. There's lots of information around, so Twitter, Facebook, you know.
We'll put all the links down there on the bottom. But for the moment, I'll say cheers, and I'll enjoy this.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us on Spit Bucket.
No worries.
It's been an
Thank you for
absolute
having
pleasure
me,
to talk about
and
the
us
wines.
having all of our group.
Yes, the whole group.
It's very important. Yeah.
The rest didn't turn up, sadly, but we thank Karina for making
couldn't be bothered coming to Sydney, you know.
And for the moment, we'll say. Leave us a comment if you like Grenache or if you hate Grenache. Let us know what you think. I'm sure you won't hate Grenache, but try and telling us that anyway. And until next time, this has been Spit Bucket, where we spit so that you don't have to. Cheers.